Siobhan Monroe. I know for many of you, especially myself, that name holds weight every time you hear it. Siobhan Monroe. An inspiration to everyone that was blessed to be in the presence of her. As her first granddaughter, and of course I would say her favorite grandchild, she has become one of the biggest parts of how I live my life, and without her, I don't know how I would have turned out. My grandma was an educator. She spent majority of her life in the kindergarten class as a teacher's aide at Edward Gideon for over 30 years, helping to shape and mold children into outstanding people that will make a difference in this cruel world one day, including myself. I attended Gideon for my whole elementary and middle school years. It was a blessing and a curse to have your grandma write down a couple floors and to be known as Miss Monroe's granddaughter. I never liked being called that because I do have my own name, but now that I am older, I understand the privilege it is to be an extension to the person she was. She was known as the person that everyone in the building could depend on. She made sure everyone had everything they needed, and if they needed more, she was always there. She poured into people, no matter how drained she was, how tired she was, or just the simple fact that she did not want to do it at times. Of course, having her at school and at home wasn't much different. She was still the giving person that made sure everything and everyone was taken care of. That all 9 of her grandchildren had the life she did. She built a community for all of us to feel welcome and seen in. Made sure everywhere we went, we felt that she loved us no matter what we did or where we went. One thing I remember from my grandmom is how no matter what, she was there. Every event, she was in the front row, screaming the loudest. Every trip we took, she was there having fun and doing every small activity. In every situation I was in, happy, sad, mad, frustrated, disappointed, she made sure to tell me, I got your back, and proved that she did every single time. In this specific time, I was at my lowest. I didn't know what I wanted to do with life because my dad had brought in a woman that I have never met, and he wanted to marry her. As I am crying and sobbing into her pillows, she was there to rub my back and hold my hand and tell me that she was there for whatever I needed to do or however I wanted to express my feelings. And that is how I always remember my grandma. Not only I remember her by that, but I remember the love she gave to my grandfather. Her and my grandfather were high school sweethearts. They were together since they were 16 up into her dying days. And she loved him to death. They completed each other, and it is a big inspiration for how I want to be with my future significant other. On her last day, our last conversation was how she was proud of me, how I was doing something with my life, and how if I kept my head up, I can make it far in my future. And my future was bright. 2 weeks later, that is when she passed away, and cancer won. Today, I am celebrating your glory, having all of your legacy and memories displayed for the people that may not have known you as well as I did. And I still feel her having my back to this day, and it will guide me through all the troubles and hardship that I will face. I know that my grandma has my back just like she did when I was younger, just like she did when I was in trouble, just like she did when I got on her nerve, and just like she did now that she's gone. I love you more than words can express. Live through me forever.